by the Bucs defense and a thrilling game here in Indianapolis. Tampa Bay holds on for 7-point win. Another last-second drive by Tom Brady for another NFL smooth. Thanks for watching.
All right, welcome back to NSPN live from Duckies on I Love St. Pete. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with Mr. Blake Anthony of Sports Talk 49 as your Tampa Bay Buccaneers come back in the second half, make the necessary adjustments, 38-31 over the Indianapolis Colts. Man, oh man, oh man, that last drive there, Tom Brady 75 yards, but of course Leonard Fournette with the capper, 4 touchdowns for the day to the house. And the Bucs had to hold on because they don't make anything easy when it comes to games this year. 71-yard kickoff return.
Jesus, yeah.
And the very end, Pierre Desir with the interception, former Indianapolis Colts, so he must be feeling good, but not only that story with Leonard Fournette and Tom Brady, of course, 65th come from behind victory in his career, and the Bucs moving to 8-3. But the defense showed up to play in that second half, causing how many turnovers?
1, 2,
3, 4 turnovers. That's what I'm talking about. Get pressure on a Carson Wentz. That's what happens. You force him into some throws. So we'll definitely talk to you about a Bucs fans. Bucs win 38-31. We got Misador in the back room. He wants to get on and talk about it. It's how you finish.
It's how you finish. And Leonard Fournette had the guts of a cat burglar. Let me tell you, he finished that game out.
Yes.
Tom Brady's clutch performance was like harder than 3 rows of onions. Let me tell you.
Yeah, 17 carries for 100 yards for Leonard Fournette, 4 touchdowns for the day. Got over 100 yards from scrimmage with catching the ball also. Dependable back. I get it, Ronald Jones had a touchdown, but this was Lenny's day. Lenny really showed up. He was a big part about it. He was a big part of it. And we talked about it. You have to have balance when it comes to this offense, and they had it today. And on top of it, they shut down Jonathan Taylor, albeit that last drive there a little bit scary when the Colts tied up. Taylor starts to run. But to me, at the end of the day, people saying, they forgot about Taylor. Yeah, they forgot about Taylor, but the Bucs defense made them forget about Taylor because he was really a non-factor most of the game.
Correct. The Colts came out knowing Taylor wasn't going to be a factor, and they played just like that. Yeah, with 35 passing attempts at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
They hadn't had that in the past 4 games when I look at all the tapes. Carson Wentz barely had 200 yards of passing the past couple of games. Everything's been going to Jonathan Taylor, and Colts clearly knew, and they were prepared to not go to Taylor in this game.
Yeah.
They were put in a position later in this game where they had 4 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter, and they could run the ball still, and that's exactly what they did. Took the ball out of Carson Wentz's hands and put it in Taylor's, and Taylor tied the game up. But again, eventually your quarterback is going to have to win you a game, and unfortunately, Carson Wentz couldn't do that.
No, he could not do that, and the reason why he couldn't do that, big play early in the third quarter. And look, this Colts team driving – it's something like 55 yards at that point. Shaq Barrett with a strip.
Talk about that, man.
I know, because Troy Polamalu was saying, cut Barrett, this and that and the other thing. He showed up. That's the reason why you give the guy a big-time extension. He makes plays like that. Changes the whole momentum of the game to get the ball back. At that point, Bucs are in business. They go down, score with, I believe is it Ronald Jones on that?
Yeah,
I believe it's Ronald Jones on the first touchdown, and then after that, you get another interception from Antoine Winfield.
Beast interception.
50-50 ball at that
5'9" versus 6'4".
And he wants it more. And he's like the receiver that wants it. Once again, another long drive by Tom Brady. Leonard Fournette caps it off with another rushing touchdown there. And basically you take the lead after that. Colts come back. They tie it up. Jonathan Taylor runs pretty well on that drive. With that being said, Bucs do what they always do, it seems like. When they need a play in critical situations, they get it, especially from Tom Brady on offense. Gronkowski, huge day for him, over 100 yards receiving. So we got plenty to talk about. We definitely want to hear from you. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. I see me, Sador. Let me read these comments, and I will get out to me. Stand by. Brady paid Jonathan Taylor to stay off the field to the fourth quarter.
Weren't they winning?
And yet,
the Colts were winning.
Yeah, right. The Colts are winning 24-14.
When he wasn't in the game.
I mean, Troy Polamalu, you're ready to give up. And as I told some of the fans here, never fear, Brady is here. There you go. Go Bucs.
I guess we were supposed to have excuses where the Bucs lost.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. You're ready for the excuses, right? Injury situation. Of course, Jamel Dean goes out early in the game. Aaron Stinney goes out early in the game.
White came out for a short period of the game. Yep.
Haven't they learned yet? You can't put the ball in Brady's hands in the 2-minute warning. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Just engineering, taking what they give them, throwing to Gronk, throwing to Godwin, throwing to Fournette out of the backfield, getting big runs by Fournette on it, converting a big-time third down, which you saw with Godwin, which they used that play in the NFC Championship game versus Green Bay. Worked again. So at the end of the day, again, Brady, 65th, come from behind victory, fourth quarter and overtime. Just amazing. You just don't give the guy the time. Agree, Melissa. Misador, stand by. We'll get out to you in a moment. How about that defense? Absolutely that defense. What a gut check game. Jeff Quinn, 5 turnovers in total, but that second half was a disaster for Carson Wentz and the Indianapolis Colts. Get rid of Bunting, 3-game wonder. Okay, whatever, buddy. Jeff Quinn says game-ending interception. Daniel Derrick says, what a nail-biter of a game. Let's go Bucs. Troy Polamalu, King Troy, Trojan legend. Vegas paid Taylor to stay off the field. Taylor gave
But they were
winning. Scary ending to the game. It was a scary game. Christopher Cole, 5 turnovers, I think. And Carl says, hell of an interception from Winfield. Going back to that play, you could see it. It was a man among boys. He wants it. It's on Michael Pittman Jr. at that point. But Winfield Jr. looked like the receiver on that. Huge play.
Just like what I told you in the game, it's the same coverage that allegedly Sean Murphy Bunting got beat on. This time, Winfield was where he was supposed to be.
Right.
And made the play on the ball and got an interception out of it because Desir played outside leverage on that backside. The receiver came inside and the safety was there.
I'll tell you what, let's go out to Curtis. No walk-up music. I'm not taking a chance with Facebook. Go ahead, Curtis. You're on NSPN's post-game edition. Bucs go to 8-3. They defeat the Indianapolis Colts. What do you have to say?
All I'm going to tell you is the first thing is thank you, Jacksonville, for Leonard Fournette.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, really. I mean, he's turned into a complete back, and we saw this flashes of brilliance last year in the postseason. He is definitely the lead back. I like when they mix in Jones because he gives you that speed threat. But at the end of the day, the complete back on this team is Lombardi Lenny, period. Go ahead, Kurt. I think Curtis is working. And did you get in trouble from your boss?
Hiding in the bathroom again, Curtis?
No. I'm actually on my way there now.
Okay.
Be there till 5 o'clock.
Okay. All right.
I fell asleep. I woke up at halftime. It was 24-14.
Right.
I'm like, shit. You know what I'm saying? So then I wake up. We're driving. I wake up to Leonard Fournette scoring a touchdown with 20 seconds left. Then I see this kid hauling ass up the sideline. I'm like, oh, no.
Yep. That's the reason why you don't turn off the Bucs game, right?
Heart attack.
About to have a heart attack. Again, 5 turnovers for the day. Of course, they caused a fumble in that second half, but 4 turnovers in that second half was the story of it. And look, we got – yes, tell me.
As great as a win as this was for us, the AFC better watch the Colts this year.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they come and putting it together.
Well, I mean, but again, it comes down to Carson Wentz for me.
All that Carson Wentz and Philly stuff, you can throw that stuff out the window. Because, I mean – him and Jared Goff. I mean, I'm sorry, Jared Goff's in Detroit right now, but
well,
they have a team in Indianapolis.
Well, they have a team, but again, they forgot about the running game, and they weren't able to run the ball as much as they wanted to. And I told you the stat coming into this game, guys, Curtis and Blake.
100 yards.
Right, 125 yards, 6-0, 125 or more. I told you. Bucs are going to hold them under. They're 0-5 when they get held under 125 yards. That's exactly what the Bucs did today. Taylor, 16 carries, 83 yards, and once again, the majority of that was that last drive for the Colts to tie up the game. Inexcusable because, again, if you're a signature defense, you've got to stop him on that, and you know that B.A. and Todd Bowles were cringing at that point. But overall, with this wrecking machine who had 5 touchdowns last week, good job by this Bucs defense.
Well, let's go back to a couple of weeks ago. We all had this conversation. You know, everybody was like, well, the Eagles just ran 400 yards on you guys. And I think it was the Patriots ran 400.
Sure.
But look at their passing numbers.
Yep.
Their passing numbers, were terrible.
Sure.
So, I mean, we basically let them run a balanced offense.
Yep.
But, man, today, listen, the whole team deserves a game ball. Yep. They were down 10. They weren't out of it, and I'm sorry, I don't want to jinx us, but that's championship football right there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's championship football. That's a good team finding a way to win. And look, a lot of people will criticize it and say they don't play as well as they do at home. No, they don't. But you know what? This is a big time win.
However you get the W,
you got to get the W at that point. You got a tough team that is surging at that point. They got a hot player like Jonathan Taylor who coming into it, 16 touchdowns. A lot of people talking about him in the MVP type of conversation. And I get it. The defense gives up, some yards today and some big plays. But get the win. They get turnovers, too.
It's the NFL.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure we all remember the game where the Bucs had 500 yards of offense.
Oh, God, yep.
Yep.
Just had flashbacks.
Yep, agree.
So, come on, man. Like I said, it doesn't matter. We got the W. It didn't matter if we won by 1, we won by 50.
Right.
We played our asses and our hearts out today.
Yep.
And you know what? They're going to probably get Monday night off like they always, Monday and Tuesday off like they always do.
Sure.
Let's get ready for next week.
Get ready for the Atlanta Falcons because you're going there. That's another road game, and we know the troubles of a division rival. We know.
Yeah, anything can go in them games.
Yep.
Well, as long as you know what, and I'm in a kind of a pickle right now because I'm ahead of time.
Right.
Like I'm waiting for New Orleans and Cowboys on Thursday. I'm like, ugh.
Right.
I hate both of them. I don't care who wins.
Right. Well, here's the great thing about it. New Orleans loses on Thursday night. I think Atlanta won today, right? Atlanta won today. But
Carolina won today?
Carolina lost. They lost to the Dolphins. So, once again, the Bucs are in good shape of taking this division, and that has been that's not only been the goal. They want the number 1 seed, but you also want this division because all the talk was last year. Saints. Well, now you got an opportunity. You're in the driver's seat. Good stuff, Curtis. Anything else?
Hey, man, you guys be safe out there. Stay cool. Stay warm.
Yes, sir.
Let's go, Tampa effing Bay.
Yeah, let me fire those cannons right there. And let me go ahead and give you the woo. All right, appreciate you, Curtis. Thanks a lot for the call. Appreciate you. We're looking for me, Sador here. Yes.
Well, that's the first thing when Curtis said, oh, no, when he said I'm running up the sideline. First thing that came to my head was Sanford and Son. He's like, oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord, Elizabeth.
Coming Elizabeth.
Right.
This is the big one.
And here's the tricky thing, because they went to bonus coverage. It was a little bit early on one TV. Here, it wasn't. So we were behind. So we're watching. What the heck is going on here?
Look at the other one. So our necks are sore from going back and forth for TVs.
I felt like we're watching tennis at that point. Honestly. Bucs win 38-31 over the Indianapolis Colts to go to 8-3. Up next, the Atlanta Falcons. Yours truly, Peter Blake, along with Mr. Blake Anthony, live here on NSPN. I love St. Pete. Let's go out to me, Sador. We'll get back out. Actually, you know what? Let's go out to the phone. You know what? Phone line first. We'll go out to Daniel. Me, Sador, sit tight. All right? We'll go out to you in a moment. Daniel, welcome to your NSPN post-game edition as your Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the Colts 38-31. Go for it, my friend.
I got to tell you, man, that was one heck of a nail-biter. That was an incredible game. Let me tell you something, Pete. I could see this team winning all the way and going into the Super Bowl.
Well, I mean,
I can honestly see it.
You're exactly right, Daniel. And I tell you right now, a lot of a queasy feeling there, if you will, in that first half, losing 24-14. But as I told a lot of Bucs fans, what do you got to do? Got to get pressure on Carson Wentz. That's exactly what you did. That was the game-changing play right there. Shaq Barrett with the strip sack there, recovered the ball. They also had another fumble on the punt return, which once again puts them in more business.
Yep, the muff. Yep.
You set up for a field goal at that point. Good job to the Colts in stopping them.
If they keep doing this, Pete, they could easily get division. You were talking about it earlier. They could easily get the number 1 seed in there. They have to win a game. Here's the thing. If Green Bay loses this game today against the Rams, that could be good position for them. And honestly, you look at Arizona Cardinals, they had lost against the Panthers.
Yeah.
The Panthers right now, they lost this game, obviously, which I think they're going to be a good team.
You got the tab in your hand.
What I'm saying is that they have an easy chance. They have an easy chance of going through this.
There was one on that table.
Hold on. Yeah, I guess there's something going on. All right, go ahead. Keep on going, Daniel.
Oh, no worries. Well, the thing is that I honestly think that's going to happen. Another thing that the guy before me called in, he was talking about the Colts. And Colts were strong, and they were a strong team this first half.
Mm-hmm.
And they seemed like a really strong team that could go far in. So it is something to watch for the AFC side if anyone watches the AFC.
Sure.
But I want to say one thing, too, is another team, even though they lost today against the Patriots, Titans are one to watch out, too, for as well. So, I mean, it'd be interesting to see what happens. But, I mean, it's my first time calling in. But
hey, Daniel, thanks a lot for calling. Appreciate it. You're exactly right.
Problem.
Absolutely. And here's the thing. The Patriots win today over Tennessee. Tennessee floundering. New England looking like the number 1 team coming out of the AFC. Cincinnati with a huge victory over the Steelers there. Baltimore still in contention, so we'll see what happens there. But the NFC right now, Bucs taking care of business. We'll see what happens with the Green Bay LA Ram game. And whoever comes out of that at this point, you're 8-3. You got to take care of your business in front of you. Let everything play out at this point.
I do, yeah. But wouldn't it be amazing to see the Patriots and the Bucs in Super Bowl 56? That would be an amazing game for generations to come.
Yeah, I mean, we got a little ways to go, but definitely the way Mac Jones is playing, the way Bill Belichick is getting that defense going, beating Tennessee without Derrick Henry, and that's what you think that Henry's going to look like. Tannehill didn't even have 100 yards of passing in that game.
They're a running team. They're like the Colts. They're mirror team.
They're in some big trouble, and the Patriots right now are playing lights out, and Mac Jones is getting better and better with each game. Daniel, what else did you see out of this game today after the Bucs defeated the Colts?
I honestly think that they controlled this game. They controlled the lead, the tempo. They didn't do that in Washington. They did not do that in the Saints, and they found a way to control the lead.
Right.
It was making me nervous when they tied it up to 31. I was like, oh, crap.
Right.
So you honestly got into this mess again where they tie it and everything. And like, okay, what's going to happen here? But the one thing is, and you had a comment earlier, is that Tom Brady is dangerous when you have a 2-minute warning.
Yeah.
He is extremely dangerous. He will lights out. And he took the energy out of Lucas Oil Stadium. He took the absolute energy when Leonard Fournette ran in for a touchdown. We were screaming in our apartment. I probably the neighbors heard us downstairs. I don't care. But I'll tell you something. It was an amazing game. And honestly, I feel that Leonard Fournette was key in this game. I think the running was good, keeping the tempo, keeping the turnovers, like you mentioned earlier, with Shaq Barrett doing the whole fumble and everything. The muff play, that was insane. I mean, I thought, well, how in the world can you muff a play like that?
Sure.
But again, that was the one thing that you saw happen in that game. They got a field goal out of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think if they keep the tempo going, whether they play the Falcons, whether they play the Bills, whatever team moving forward, I could see this team going far again and doing a repeat as they did last year in when they were going into Super Bowl 55.
Absolutely possible, Daniel. Good stuff, my friend. Definitely, if you want to call back in, you can, but definitely don't be a stranger, and you're exactly right. They can run the table, but they got to clean up the turnovers, and the defense has to get off the field on third down. They had a problem with that today. Good stuff, Daniel. Appreciate the call, my friend. Definitely call back sometime, all right?
Wonderful. Will do. Thank you.
All right.
Bucs, fire those cannons.
Absolutely. We'll fire those cannons right there. Give you that woo right there. Woo! All right. Appreciate you, Daniel. Thanks a lot for the call.
Man, that was a good call right there.
Looking for
me.
That
guy. He breaks it down. Man.
I do, too. We got to – Misador, I guess, is having some connection issues.
Well,
you're
in that stadium. It's kind of tough in there.
Let's go. Had to sweat this one out, but good teams find a way to win, even when things aren't great, says Atlas. Troy Polamalu, Bunting is out for the rest of the season, move him to CFL. That's not true. That's wrong information. Carlton Davis back next Sunday. We'll see what happens. But, of course, that was the big news, and that's what I told a lot of Bucs fans. We'll see about the Jamel Dean injury because that was a big one. Aaron Stiney going out, and he was replacing Ali Marpet. So Nick Leverett,
way to step in, buddy.
Give him credit because they didn't have a lot of sacks today.
Nope.
The Colts didn't. You didn't have a lot of pressure in Brady's
gave up
face.
one big play to the Forrest Buckner, which is fair because that's the best player on defensive line. But otherwise than that, Nick, you did a great job.
Yeah, you didn't see a lot. And again, being put in that situation with depth purposes, good job.
And he didn't expect to play.
Right. He didn't. All right, let's go out to Tampacio. BA is boring and lame.
I mean, he doesn't call plays, right?
Right.
I don't know why everybody keeps saying this.
He's boring and lame. What's that mean?
Times he doesn't call.
Why is he boring and
plays.
lame? That's what I don't understand. What's boring and lame? Winning close games? I'll take it.
No, it's like the Nick Saban thing. He said, when I got here, y'all were happy to win a game.
Right.
Now when we win a game, you're not happy to win a game.
Correct. All right. Roger Shue says, hit the like button. Appreciate you, my friend. David says, Lenny Bundy, he scored 4 touchdowns in a single game. I like that.
Yep.
Very good. Going back to the Al Bundy reference of Married with Children. 4 touchdowns in a high school football.
Al's the legend.
Hey, he is. He's the legend. What is it? Shoe salesman.
Yeah, he said, well, your knee was down. No, it wasn't. Your knee was down.
I tell you right now, Leonard Fournette's 4 touchdowns, a lot more impactful, if you will, than Al Bundy. Just saying. High school football game, National Football League football game.
Not even just that, LSU. And Lenny's got the resume.
Right, exactly. Go Bucs says Edward
Aaron
Kirby.
Rodgers' leg. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no. Let's see here. Catch there. Drop by Lazard.
Okay, he didn't go out.
Okay. Edward Kirby says, does anyone know if White played the whole second half?
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
He did, and that was the question. He went out for a spell
right
there. Right. Kevin Mentor got right, came back in.
Mm-hmm.
You can see, once again, that it's big. A guy like a Mentor can play, but you lose something when a White is not on the field.
Yeah, you miss out on speed with Devin White. But with Mentor, though, he's another LSU. That guy.
Congratulations, Bengal fans out there. Yeah. There's the Tampa Bay Bengal fans.
Yeah.
Go Bucs. Come on over. Come on over. Oh, we got our fans out here. This is the reason why.
Who Dey?
You guys win today.
Who Dey?
Tell everybody why you come out to Duckies. Get into that mic there.
Born and raised in Cincinnati.
Okay.
Just moved to Tampa a little over a year ago.
Okay.
Started coming down here last year when we still sucked. Now we're finally putting it together.
Believe in Joe.
Go Joe.
All right, so go Joe. You're live here on NSPN. Of course, I love St. Pete.
Yep.
Right there, big time win over. Big time win over the Pittsburgh Steelers today. You feel confident in Joe Burrow going forward?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
As long as we keep running the football like we did today.
Okay.
That's the main thing. It always starts with the run game, and after that, if you can do the play action pass. You can't be one-sided. You can't just air it out and expect Joe to be the hero.
Exactly.
You got to be able to run the football and go from there.
You guys
just
have been
with Leonard Fournette with the Bucs.
Right.
You got to be able to. You got to have the ground game going.
I heard some of your people you were with. They're Tampa Bay fans. So you guys you Tampa Bay, Cincinnati.
Sam Weiss came from Cincinnati to Tampa.
Correct.
That's when Tampa became my second favorite team.
Okay.
Now I moved here. I live here. Of course, I rooted for the Bucs last year and this year, and ever since.
All right.
Sam Weiss became the head coach.
All right. Well, good stuff, man. Congratulations. Definitely we'll be out here next Sunday. We'll live on NSPN.
Bucs and Bengals in the Super Bowl.
I like it. I like it a lot.
That would be the ultimate dream.
All right, my friend. We will see you later. Go like and follow NSPN on Facebook. And I love St. Pete, okay? Appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming on here. Live Who Dey there. Always open. Gotta love it here. Live at Ducky Sports Lounge.
Folks.
It is.
It ain't got to be all about Bucs. It could be anything.
1719 West Kennedy Boulevard in Tampa. We got Ed in the background. Will you stop and leave me alone? I'm trying to be a host here with the most. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with
the hostess with the most.
The hostess with the most.
Beetlejuice.
I tell you right now, a lot of people were ready to scream for Beetlejuice to take over at
that's
this
what he
point.
said. We're going to do the Aaron Rodgers. You got to put that as your soundboard.
You got to relax and do the discount double check, but we won't do that here. Bucs go to 8-3. really quick, I want to go out. Ed, come on over here really quick. Blake Anthony, I'm going to kick you off of here. We're going to get him on here. Ed, one of our callers, still waiting for Isidore. I don't think we can get him. I guess he's Ed, feeling good about this Bucs win. Bucs beat the Indianapolis Colts 38-31. Your thoughts? Welcome to the NSPN postgame edition.
Woo! Hey, it was a ride, man. First quarter, questionable play calling, bad, stupid plays, turnovers. Second quarter, a little bit of the same. Bucs moved the ball, scored a touchdown, got a field goal.
Yeah.
And then third quarter, I almost went to sleep. It was just so boring. And then fourth quarter, it got really exciting.
Well, it did get really exciting, and of course it turned around with that defense with the 4 turnovers in that second half. Talk about Shaq Barrett, talk about Antoine Winfield, both of those guys, men on the spot making plays when it counted.
There's a guy out there that plays for the Bucs who really doesn't get a lot of attention, a lot of talk about, and that is number 50.
Yeah.
Vita Vea was a beast today.
He was.
And he did some things today that wasn't really seen because, he's just one of the linemen there, but he does a lot, man. Even if he doesn't get a sack, his presence is really dominating.
Well, in that defensive line, and coming into it was defensive line versus offensive line. Could you stop a Jonathan Taylor? And they did that today. Besides that last drive for the Colts, where they come back in it. Besides that, though, you feel pretty good about shutting down a Jonathan Taylor and holding him under that 125 yards. Right?
I got to hand it to the Colts. Most teams just give up on trying to run the ball against the Bucs.
Mm-hmm.
They still were doing it even when they were losing in the fourth quarter. It was like a lost cause at that point for them. But they were holding a really, really good back. Definitely.
I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll talk more with Ed. We'll get Blake Anthony back here on your NSPN postgame edition live on NSPN. And, of course, I Love St. Pete. Keep it locked.
Hey, Stan Arthur here for the I Love St. Pete Facebook group. If you're a business owner looking to connect with tens of thousands of potential new local customers, you owe it to yourself to get enrolled in our Key Tag Rewards program. Since 2019, we've signed up more than 200 local merchants. Sponsor opportunities are available too, such as our group banner ad and even your own custom key tags. Just go to stpetekeytag.com, get enrolled, and get ready to get busy. stpetekeytag.com.
All right, welcome back here to your post-game edition live on NSPN. I Love St. Pete from Ducky, 1719 West Kennedy Boulevard in Tampa. A very happy, elated fan base right now as your Tampa Bay Buccaneers take care of business. 38-31 over the Indianapolis Colts. We're with Ed here, one of our great web heads, live usually on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television, the Sports Web. Other thoughts about this game that you said, you know what? We're going to win this game. There was some doubt there with that kickoff return, 71 yards. Go ahead.
Oh, before I go on about the Bucs, I got to say one thing. It's my wife's 55th birthday. Happy birthday to her.
Happy birthday. Get her on here. Let's go ahead and bring her.
I don't know if she's going to come on here or not. I don't know.
You don't think she's going to come on there? All right. Well,
Debbie.
Happy birthday.
Debbie.
Come on.
Here.
Come on right here. And you know these guys right here. They've been on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television live on NSPN. Happy birthday. How do you go on? Get on that mic there. How you feeling about this Bucs victory over the Colts here, 38-31? Happy birthday.
Thank you for the happy birthday. And I am very happy that they finally won. It was very close. It was one of those heart-stopping endings.
Yes.
But we are very happy that they won. So, yes.
Absolutely. Very happy they won here. You got your birthday gift. Is that what you got? What did what else did he get you for your birthday?
Oh, these little earrings.
Look at that. Look at that, Ed. Big baller. Good job.
Flower petals. So
I always say here, this is coming from a single man, so take it for what it is. Take it with a grain of salt. Happy wife, happy life. You're happy with that gift? We got more to come?
Happy, and yes,
okay.
More to come.
Good Thanksgiving?
Yes, we had a beautiful Thanksgiving with our granddaughter and son-in-law, and it was a wonderful time.
All right,
with
good
family and friends.
Good stuff here. Yep. So you got to love Duckies, right? I mean, the
Oh, yeah.
atmosphere, was I pumping up the crowd today?
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
great, and we had the great wings and beer and
Great wings, great
time.
beer, great
They
service.
keep bringing it on.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
It's great. Yep.
Absolutely. All right,
Glad
well,
to be here.
happy birthday.
Thank you.
Don't tell anybody your age. He already did that, so you made a mistake. So you can't do that. That's right. Grab it right there. And thanks a lot for joining us here live on the NSPN post-game edition. All right?
Welcome.
Appreciate you.
Thanks.
Happy birthday again. Absolutely. Ed, you're a good man right there. Yeah, and you deserve that because you never say a woman's age on there. You never do that.
I know you're right, but you know
Yes.
what? She's had a hell of a year, dude.
Yes.
She was battling breast cancer, and her immune system is so old. She got a UTI so low, and she got a UTI that she can't get rid of.
Sure.
So she's had a rough year. So yeah, I think that she should feel really good about her age. And
Absolutely.
she looks great for her age. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, good stuff
Yeah.
there, man. Give me some final thoughts because I'm going to go out to Blake here. If you want to get your friend
Okay.
on here, you can bring him on.
Yep.
But final thoughts on this victory, huge victory by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right?
Yeah, definitely a huge victory. It was a nail biter all the way to the end, and I think it's going to give them something to build on, and hopefully they don't give us a heart attack next week.
All right, there you go. Ed, thanks a lot for coming on here. Of course, Webhead on the Sports Web, and of course, NSPN. Don't leave me hanging. Go ahead and pound that. There you go. Go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and go to Jason Powers. Jason Powers, come on over here as I'm directing, producing on air. Let's go, my friend. I'll give you the intro here.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
All right, how you feeling, my friend? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers go to 8-3, but they didn't make it easy, did they?
No.
Your thoughts on this big-time victory on the road warriors today, right?
Oh, great! I mean, great job by the defense. You know, we've been waiting for this kind of ball hawking by the defense. I think the entire game changed. And Antoine Winfield's great interception over Michael Pittman.
Yeah,
when they were, I think they were still down at the time.
Sure.
Great interception, and everybody thought that looked like a mismatch, Winfield and Pittman.
Right.
And he just went up and just played it like he was an All-American wide receiver.
He really did. He absolutely did at this point. And he wanted it more. 50-50 ball at that point. One player wants it more than the other. Winfield made the play, but the biggest play, the turning point, if you will, is it looks like the Colts are going to about to score at least a field goal at that point. You're in field goal range. Shaq Barrett comes
from behind
with a strip sack.
Yep.
Get the ball back. You put the Bucs back into contention,
Absolutely.
and Tom Brady goes from there.
I mean, and we talked about it this weekend, last week. Rob Gronkowski, the impact that guy has on the middle of the field, and just the confidence Brady has in Gronkowski.
Yes.
Time and again, he just hit Gronkowski on a big play. I think what was he over 100 yards, Gronkowski?
Yeah, 7 catches for 123 yards for
just
Gronkowski. Made some big catches today. And like I said, that offense looks different. And it's going to get even better with Antonio Brown whenever he decides to return. Hopefully he gets healthy here because this offense is different. And, look, give the Colts credit. They did a good job today of shutting down Mike Evans. No big plays from him. Chris Godwin, no really big plays from him. But Gronkowski down the middle of the defense was the key.
And I will give Byron Leftwich much credit. The willingness to stick with the running game today.
Correct.
In a game like today where you weren't going to throw the ball for 350.
No.
It was going to be one of those kind of grinded out games, and Byron committed to the run.
Yep.
With your guy, both guys. Both guys ran the ball really well.
Both guys over 100 yards of rushing.
I mean,
you got Leonard Fournette with 4 touchdowns
Jones
today.
scored.
Yes.
Great job.
The backbreaker was right at the end. How many yards was that at the end for Leonard Fournette?
What a call, too.
Yeah.
Because everybody thought we were going to throw the ball.
Sure.
Again, but you run a nice counter play.
Yep.
Jensen leading.
Yep.
Walks in the end zone.
Walks in the end zone.
Great call.
Yep. So
a little dicey there at the end on the kickoff return, but hey.
I'm telling you, man. And I was telling people, you're watching we're watching the bonus coverage and it's behind. So we're watching one TV here. The play hasn't happened. It happens over there. Everybody's going crazy. And I'm trying to figure out what the heck is going on at that point, especially when the 71-yard. And then Carson Wentz has an opportunity. And Pierre Desir, a former Indianapolis Colt, who didn't necessarily have his best game today, man on the spot with the big-time interception.
Yep.
So,
and Wentz didn't even get the ball to the end zone on that play. That's the other thing that was alarming.
Right.
Even if the guy catches the ball, he's at the 2.
Correct.
He doesn't even catch the ball in the end zone, which
Correct.
is, but still, yeah, great, good job by the Buccaneer defense. Been very easy there with that quick change of events on the long return for the defense to be lazy and to do something stupid.
Sure.
They didn't. They buckled down. In live update here, Denver 14. Chargers nothing scored here.
Wow, how about that?
Did you hear the breaking news out of USC?
I heard that, and
Wow.
this was Lincoln
Riley to USC.
To USC after he said he wasn't going to coach LSU. Well, there you go. You pulled
He
Nick pulled a Nick Saban.
He isn't coaching LSU. He's
coaching
USC.
Yeah. Amazing get there. And, of course, recruiter and what he's done with development. Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, of course.
The Gators hire Billy
Jalen
Napier.
Hurts.
The Gators hire Billy Napier.
Wow, it's been a busy day. Not a
coaching
surprise.
circuit from Louisiana.
Reports were coming out that they were going to do that, so now that is made official. So 2 big-time college football hirings today, and of course the Bucs take care of business by beating the Indianapolis Colts here live on NSPN. I love St. Pete. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with the power man himself, Mr. Jason Powers. Powers on Sports podcast, and of course, no quarter given. BuckPower.com podcast network. Paul Stewart has got to be tickled after that big-time win by the Bucs over the Colts.
And we will have a good episode to talk about. We're
Yes.
reliving the Colts game and then looking to the Atlanta game. Again, like we talked about earlier, I will be in the building next week at Mercedes-Benz in Atlanta.
Very
so
nice.
we will be chatting on the pregame.
Yes.
Live from Atlanta.
And it's been a good day for you because not only did you get a chance to come out to Duckies and enjoy the festivities, if you will, but you're in a pool.
A survivor pool.
And you're the main survivor. How many shekels?
This is like WWF Survivor Series for all you wrestling fans out there.
How much?
So I was in a pool.
Okay.
There's 5 people left going into this week.
Right.
Everybody but me took the Cowboys on Thanksgiving with the Raider upset.
You did good. You must have listened to Harry the Greek because he was on the other night on the Sports Web.
I wasn't taking Thursday night teams. I don't like taking teams on a short week.
Sure.
In a survivor pool situation.
The Cowboys are schizophrenic at this
Exactly.
point.
I take the New England Patriots, brother, and they take me to the promised land for a nice $3K payday today.
Very nice. Jason Powers, congratulations.
King of the Hill.
Real quick, I'm going to get Blake back on here. We'll get you out of here so you can enjoy your day. Hopefully your Thanksgiving was good and you ate a lot of turkey and spent a lot of time with your family. Were you surprised by that Bucs defense? Because that was the whole key. Keep Taylor under control, keep him under 125 yards at that point. Thank you very much.
What I was surprised at is the play calling by the Colts.
Right.
Because the one drive you see him give the ball to Taylor 6, 7, 8 times.
Yes.
What'd they do? Went right down the field and tied
a
the game.
a little bit of alarming there because you want that defense, but at the end of the day, you're exactly right. They forgot about him. And the majority of the game, especially that third quarter where you're trying to pass, you forget about your bread and butter, which basically got you out of that losing streak in the first place.
And ultimately, we talked about put the ball in Carson Wentz's hands.
Correct.
He played well in the first half. Give him credit.
Sure he did.
But he threw some bad fouls. He held onto the ball too long in the pocket, i.e. the Shaq Barrett sack.
Yes.
I mean,
biggest play of the game. That's a turning point. That goes back to the Saints
game last Jared Cook fumbles in the playoff game.
Antoine Winfield and then Devin White recovers it. The same type of play, and that's the kind of plays you need on the road, and they get that today. And our own Leo Haggerty, former Coach Scout and now media member of Night Sports Productions, It Sports Mag, said, look, if Wentz has to throw more than 25 times this game, they lose.
Yeah.
That was, there you go.
They had like 35 dropbacks in the third quarter.
Amazing to me. I mean, it's amazing.
And I know you weren't.
Forgot.
And again, they didn't run the ball well in the first quarter and a half.
Sure,
but you can't abandon that guy.
6 carries for 25 yards.
You can't abandon that guy.
And then after that last drive, that was the majority of it.
Crazy
at that point. So yeah, very crazy. Let me put my stuff away here because I'm just.
And again,
yes.
Special teams. I mean, again, you had the special teams turnover where Hines drops the punt.
Sure.
Scotty Miller on top of things. He's back in the mix a little bit on offense. He drew the pass interference call.
Correct.
Scotty Miller might have ran the wrong route on the interception early in the game.
Yeah.
Might have cut the route inside.
I think he did.
Instead of staying outside.
Right.
I think Brady threw the ball to the outside.
Right.
But
to me, it was a bad throw, but it could have been a route. But at the end of the day, that's 4 straight interceptions. And,
that's okay.
First half, if for some reason Tom Brady in this offense gets off to such bad starts. I mean, I get it. You want to talk about you got to do a better job of it, but it seems like it's becoming a thing, and it can't continue to be like that. Next week versus the Atlanta Falcons, we saw it last year. They get down 17-0.
Right.
Hopefully you're ready for the Atlanta Falcons. That's a division rival. It's a game you can win, and you should win, but you can't get off to a bad start, because if you keep on getting off to bad starts, it's going to cost you. Today, it nearly did, but once again, defense held their own in that second half.
They did. One thing I hope we start seeing a little bit more next week is getting the ball outside a little bit. The last couple of weeks, we've not gotten the ball outside much to Evans and Godwin.
Yeah.
Everything seems to be in between the numbers and the hash.
Yeah.
Let's get Evans more involved. And again, we don't see the film, so we don't know if the safety's sliding over to double coverage.
You don't know that.
Which may be opening up the middle for Gronkowski and Brate.
But here's the thing, and I want to talk to Blake Anthony about this in just a little bit. The play where Winfield makes that interception.
Yep.
It looks like the same type of play the Colts are trying to run, but this time Winfield is in play for that.
Stays home.
He
Right.
stays home. He doesn't,
They threw it over the top deep in the first half.
Correct. But he looked like he had responsibility. A lot of people were saying Sean Murphy Bunting got burnt, and he very may have. But if he's playing outside at that point, and that would be SMB, then the safety, yes, I got it. We're good. We're good right here. I'm sorry. I'm on air. There you go. Okay.
Live TV, folks.
Live TV. You got to love it. Maybe just wait. I don't know. Safety is over the top.
Right.
This time, the safety was there. Perfect positioning. 50-50 ball at
And
that
you made
point.
the play.
Right.
That's the beauty.
Exactly.
They made the play when they had to make it. And, there were a couple passes early in the game. The Colts had chances to pick the ball off and didn't.
Sure.
Dropped the ball, didn't make the play. The Bucs made every play they had to make today. When the ball was given to them. They made every play. We recovered every fumble. We caught the ball that they threw to us.
Yep.
That's the sign
difference.
of a good team.
That's a sign of a
Great
good team
versus good team.
Right, and right now the Bucs have turned it on to a certain degree. Still got to get a little bit healthy. We'll update you on the situation with Aaron Stinney and also Jamel Dean, because they went out in this game. Devin White came back. That's a good thing. Let's go out to these comments right here.
Green Bay 10, Rams 0, second quarter.
Not a surprise. I took Green Bay. I still think Matt Stafford is what he is. He's the Lions' Matt Stafford, not the Rams. This team is winning ugly. That's okay. They're winning. Corey says Bucs and Cardinals only Super Bowl contender, but Bucs versus the Cardinals NFC Championship game. We'll see if that happens. Still a lot of games to play. Troy Polamalu, King Troy, Trojan legend Matt Ryan's legs are already shaking knowing Brady is coming to town. Jeremiah says, how about that kid from LSU? Absolutely, Leonard Fournette. Patriots are red hot. David says, huge team win. This is a statement win, even though it was close for the Bucs on the road versus the beast of a team. Agree with that? Huge win, signature win?
Absolutely. When you beat a big team like Indianapolis, Indianapolis is a good team.
Yeah.
They can beat a lot of teams in this league. And they've got the formula, running attack, pretty good offensive line.
Yeah.
They're lacking at the receiver a little bit. They need another impact receiver, but that's a good team we just beat on the road.
Absolutely.
In that building.
Absolutely.
Down 24-14.
Yes, and if you guys want to talk about it here, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. We're live here at Ducky's on your post-game edition as your Tampa Bay Buccaneers take care of business against the Indianapolis Colts 38-31. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with the Power Man himself, Powers on Sports Podcast. No quarter giver, Mr. Jason Powers. What else did you see out of this game?
It was encouraging that Devin White got back in the game because you thought he might be done with that early injury, but he sounds like he came back and played.
Sure.
We'll see what his status is going forward, but you're a little concerned if Marpet and Aaron Stinney are down.
Right. And Stinney went out early in the first quarter. Hats off to Nick Leverett. We've had him on the sports web before.
He was out. He did an admirable job.
Good job for a guy being thrown in. That talks about, again, the depth for Jason Light, getting the certain players that can come in those critical situations and perform, pretty well.
I think Brady got sacked twice today, which isn't that big a deal.
Right.
I mean, 2 sacks.
It wasn't constant pressure like people were saying to DeForest Buckner. Yeah, he had a sack in the game, but it wasn't constant in his face. He wasn't getting rid of the ball early. He was able to scan. He was able to go through his progressions and make timely throws. That's the difference.
And Brady is so good at throwing the check down.
He is.
To Fournette, to the tight ends.
It's a safe throw because you let Fournette take the ball.
6-7 yards every time.
Right. Put his helmet down, and instead of 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9, you're at 2nd and 3. So basically opens up your playbook. You can either run and try to get the first down or go a pass play action at that point.
And and again, I liked how they committed to the run today. They stayed with the run.
Yeah.
The offensive line did a good job opening holes.
Yes.
Your guy Jones ran really hard. No, he really did. He ran hard today.
He did. He ran hard when he's got the opportunities. I agree with you.
He had probably 30 or 40 yards rushing.
Yes.
I mean, so no complaints about the running attack. And that's what's going to make us the team to beat in January is the ability to mix in the running attack.
7 for 37 for the victim of volume. Leonard Fournette, 17 for 100 right there. That's 137 yards. Godwin had a 3-yard too.
Didn't see much of Bernard, which you don't know what's. I mean, maybe they just trust Fournette more. I don't know.
I think they do. And look, at the end of the day, when Fournette 7 for 31, he's a guy that once again as a bull is going to put his helmet down and get you 6 to 7 yards.
What were his catch numbers today? Fournette had that.
7 for 31.
Okay, 7
with 1 touchdown.
I got you.
4 touchdowns total in the game.
Yeah.
Huge game for Lombardi Lenny. We're on with Jason Powers. I'm your host, Peter Blake. Let's go back out to these comments. Corey says, all game regular, much win game for the Bucs. Try to get the bye week. Yes, everybody has their eyes on that situation with the number 1 seed getting that bye week. If you're number 1, number 2 seed, and most years you would get that bye week, but not this year. That's why it's so important. But you have to have some things to happen. At the end of the day, though, you take care of your business. That's what you did today versus the Colts. The kind of win we need, we have 8-3. Move on, go Bucs. Ed says Henry could be back for the AFC Championship game if Tennessee makes it. We'll see. Regular season Lenny, game MVP, and Godwin blocking. Let's go out to Corey, AFC Championship. I got Ravens versus the Bills. David says, heck, Brady played poorly.
We got a long catch, touchdown Rams on a bomb from Stafford in Green Bay.
And that is
Van Jefferson,
who is
the son of Sean Jefferson, the receiver, and he's a Florida Gator product, Van Jefferson.
Absolutely. And Sean played for the Atlanta Falcons.
And the Chargers back in the day.
He did.
I believe Sean is a wide receiver coach in the league now with somebody as well.
He must be pretty happy with his son right now. And that's one-on-one coverage.
It looked post route for about 70 yards
to
touchdown.
To the house there. Heck, Brady played poorly.
Your boy Matthew Stafford. Give Matt some credit right there.
Well,
nice throw.
It's nice throw there. When you give him the time, of course, he hasn't had necessarily a lot of time lately. But, yes, you're exactly right. Atlanta 21-14 over Jacksonville, and a barn burner there. Our guys from NSPN down up in Jacksonville, I should say.
Carolina's done in our division. They got smashed by Miami. Cam Newton benched.
Did I read this right? 5? Is it 9 for 21 or no? I think it was 5 for 21 for 92 yards.
I mean, he's just not good enough. I mean, I know everybody loves the
Two interceptions.
I know everybody loves the Cam Newton story.
Done.
Loves the the hype and the Superman when he does score.
Washed.
But he's not good enough NFL quarterback anymore.
That's the reason
he can't
why
throw the ball.
The Patriots let him go for Mac Jones, and look how it's worked out.
Yeah. You got to be able to throw the ball from the pocket
in
today's world, and he just can't do it consistently enough.
No, he can't. Let's go back out to David here. Heck, Brady played poorly.
He didn't play poorly.
Hasn't been playing well, but Fournette and O-line bailed it out. I don't think he played poorly.
I
think he had an early interception.
Yeah, was he elite? No, but he was very good.
Right. He was good. He had a 65th comeback win. What do you want?
And what he does that other guys don't do?
Yes.
He will check it down to Fournette. Great.
Right.
Instead of forcing one into double coverage
Amazing.
somewhere
right?
where we don't put the ball in danger of being turned
Correct.
over.
Exactly. Correct.
That's what he does. That's why he's great.
Yes.
Because he takes what the defense gives you.
Yep. All right, let's go out to David. What the heck is the Bucs getting injured? These cornerbacks are soft as Charmin. Let's go, Bucs. I will see you later, Ed. See you guys later. Come back next Saturday or next Sunday. Not Saturday. We won't be here, but Sunday, come back here. We'll get you ready for the Falcons game. Let's go, Buccaneers. David says good things happening. Ground game working. AB Davis coming back. Let's go. Troy Polamalu, King Troy. Trojan legend, bar, deck, and grill is better. The original Sports Web headquarters.
First of all, let's hear from Trojan legend. What's he think of Lincoln Riley?
I mean, he's not going to call. He's not going to
Come on, bro. Come on, Troy.
He's too busy.
Let's hear from you, Troy. You run your mouth on the comments. Let's hear from you, my man.
Always, Troy. Always.
Shut up!
Run game not over 100 for the Colts. That was the key. And once again, going back to statistics, 125 and over for Jonathan Taylor, 6-0. Under 125, 0-6.
I was just stunned how quickly Frank Reich gave up on the running game.
I was too. And
Until-
I think they were
until
trying
that-
to get cute.
Yeah, trying to outthink the. I mean, trying to take advantage of the cornerback situation, but your advantage
This is
is the play action.
Ed Kirby says, Big Ed for County Commissioner. Roger Shue says, turn the camera around, show us the crowd in Duckies. I'm sorry, I don't have a cameraman. You guys will have to come here. Give me a
birthday,
camera.
Carol Baskin.
Geez.
The Tiger Queen.
Oh,
the Tiger Queen.
Oh, my God. Be nice to Deb. Be nice to her. Sorry, guys. The food, the feed keeps dropping off. Sorry about that, Misador. Rojo got rolling. He did. He had some opportunities today.
He ran hard.
He ran hard. I like that. That's all you asked for.
Which is going to give them more and more confidence to put him in the game. If Fournette labors or doesn't play well in a particular game. But Leonard Fournette is clearly the number one back now, which is okay.
Right, exactly. All right, let's see here.
That's what you wanted to see. One of these two guys step forward and take the job.
Brian Pearson here, the Saints fan. I'm your host, Peter Blake. That's great. I am your host, Peter Blake. Peter
And
no
a fine
longer
host at that.
Peter no longer a football god. Well, since when? You're no longer a tribal chief. How about that? OU is eyeing
Please.
Cardinals head coach Kingsbury. They're not getting him, not at all. Why would you want to leave the big leagues to go to the minor leagues at this point? Not saying Oklahoma, but look, you're in the National Football League. You've got the Cardinals on the brink of some greatness here, possibly a Super Bowl contender. I see in the background here, Blake. I'm trying to flap my jaws, all right?
The question is, what does LSU go? Do they go Lane Kiffin? Does Oklahoma maybe go Lane Kiffin?
Do you go Lane Kiffin if you're LSU? It seems to make sense, right?
Or if you're Miami, if you do get rid of Manny Diaz to go after Lane Kiffin.
Lots of coaching things
Carousel
going on,
news.
Ron. Yes, Peter the GOAT. Appreciate you, J.C. Allen. Let me go ahead and give you the woo right there, Misador, who had the pick to close it. Pierre Desir.
Yes.
Who, look, he's had his moments.
Well, again, he's a backup player for a reason.
Right, exactly. Agree.
He's
Absolutely
a backup
agree.
player for a reason.
He had you may see Hansey next week and Jensen at guard. We shall see about that. On that play, it was Jensen that was the pulling guard on that, was it not?
Great job by Jensen.
An unbelievable play by Jensen, and of course Fournette.
And there goes Valdez Scantling.
Does
No,
anybody-
that's Randall Cobb.
That is Randall Cobb.
Yes, for a huge play in Green Bay.
And I don't know what has happened to this Rams secondary, but I think
It's your boy Raheem leading the defense in L.A.
Look,
Raheem,
the Youngry Tampa Bay Buccaneers coach, of course, 2010. They went 10-6 with Josh Freeman, and we talked about that. Let's not go down
That's
that road.
Randall Cobb for about 50 there.
Well, there you go. Aaron Rodgers wanted him. He's getting them. Packers secondary so bad in the playoffs. They're always bad. Tony Saylor still winning with all these injuries. LFG, love it. Let me give you the woo. I'm a Gator fan. USC is trash no matter who they got. Well, the Gators hired their coach today. Maybe you should call in and tell us what you think about Billy
we got to give your
Napier.
mom a shout out. It's the first time I've met Mom.
Bring her on. Come on, Mom. Come on. Come on. Let's go.
No,
Come
she don't want any airtime. She wants you to have all the airtime, my brother.
I know. I love her to death. My mom right there.
She is.
Great.
In the house.
Yes.
Is
In
that
the
Miss
house
Sandra?
today. Yes, Sandra.
Miss
Sandra Nagel. Yeah,
There
come
you
on.
go.
Come on. You want to come on? No, she doesn't want to come. She wants to put her hand up. She wants to get close. All right, come
Okay,
on.
here we go.
Come on here. Go ahead. Give her that mic here. Will you come towards here? All right.
I just want to say I called that last play. I knew that Brady would bring it back and he would rub it in their face.
Well, here's the thing
Get a
now.
touchdown.
What she's saying is true because I
Peter
say
said it was going to be a field goal. And
Yes.
I said it's going to be a touchdown.
Well,
He's
she
gonna rub
did.
it in their face.
She did. We bet. I don't know what we bet, but I lost, of course. Will you shut up and be quiet for somebody who doesn't want to be on the camera? You're still in the camera. I love you. I love you to death. I love you. All right. All right, there you go. I love the family here being here.
I got to give a shout out for all of our St. Pete listeners.
Yes, I love
Tonight,
St. Pete.
Tampa Bay Rowdies playing for a USL championship.
Our buddy Drew Felios
On the call.
Very
ESPN.
nice.
The game is on ESPN, like real ESPN tonight.
Nice.
The championship game, 8:30.
All right.
Al Lang Stadium. For all you St. Pete people, there's tickets available.
You're headed over there?
I'm thinking about it.
All
I'm
right.
debating.
All right.
But our boy Drew Felios on the call.
He does a great job. Drew, good luck tonight. Go Rowdies. Go give it a kick in the grass. Troy is my
And the Rays, your Rays. Did you see who your Rays signed?
Corey Kluber.
Yeah.
Yes, it has been a busy day with Tampa sports in general, Florida sports. Corey Kluber, you like that move?
You're still killing Sternberg, huh?
I'm still killing him. I
goes
think
out
they
and
do a
signs
good.
Kluber.
Well, that's good. But let's see if he can pitch still.
That's
Let's
true.
see if he can pitch. How much did he pay for him? How
$8
much?
million. 1 year, $8 million.
Okay,
That's
$8
a hell of
million.
that's a good deal.
Hey, I look great. Spend the money. Spend the money on.
They just signed
Wander.
your boy Wander for 12 years, but they're not committed to winning, right?
They're not committed to winning because the owner won't pay half for the stadium. He wants it on the taxpayers' backs here, and I don't like that.
Okay. But
they need to spend more money.
But you got to give him credit.
Yes.
You got to give him credit from that signing.
Yes.
That's a ballsy signing.
A year too late when they let Charlie Morton and Blake Snell go.
No,
well, he had to.
No,
Come on.
But they tied up their franchise player.
I agree. It was a great
forever.
move.
Not he won't be getting traded in 4 years like
I hope
everybody.
not.
Well, no.
12 years, over $200 million. A great deal.
Bargain.
Yes.
For what he could be potentially worth.
I'll give Stu Sternberg and the Rays credit. I just hope they can put it together. No more cost cutting. You know, I'm not a guy that likes to shop at the Dollar Tree. I don't. It's good to shop sometime, but not for what you really want.
Speaking of that, did you go Black Friday shopping anywhere? And you do
I did.
Black
I
Friday
bought one
shopping?
shirt. I bought a Rays shirt.
Okay.
That's it.
Did you get
I'm getting my car painted right now.
All right, there you go.
So, Harry the Greek, thank you very much for doing that. And we're live here at Ducky Sports Lounge. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with the power man himself, Jason Powers, Powers on Sports Podcast.
What'd you think of the carnage yesterday in college football? Ohio State goes down. Alabama gets taken to 4 overtimes.
Look, she in the background there. Don't get her started because her former boyfriend is a Michigan fan. She was excited about that. Good for Jim Harbaugh coming into the game 0-5. But I told the professional handicapper, Mr. Harry the Greek, that defense could get after Stroud, and they were able to do that. Both of those pass rushers on the edge are top 15 picks. That's the reason why Michigan is in it. On top of it, they finally found a quarterback that can do enough, not turn over the ball, and also a running game.
I had my play yesterday was Michigan over 27 points for the game.
Yes.
A team total.
Yes.
So they blew that out of the water for a winner. So that was I was going to take Michigan in the game too. I like this. They were getting 7.5, 8 points.
Right.
Everybody, they were due. They were just long overdue.
They were due.
Snowy day in Ann Arbor.
Agree.
I mean, just a quality, good win.
Good win.
Good win.
Absolutely good win. All right, we're going to wrap this up here. Let's read these comments, get these guys out of there. Troy is my I am the tribal troll. Acknowledge. I've acknowledged you, and I'll also do this to you. Troy Polamalu, King Troy.
Come
on. FSU, Free Spaghetti University will hire Byron Leftwich. David, please no more bottle of cologne covering wide receivers. That would be Pierre Desir. Well, he had an interception, okay? Peter, do you think Devontae Adams is the best receiver in the league? He talks a lot saying
one or two.
Yes, 1 or 2. I agree with that. Let's go out to Corey. Rams and Cowboys falling apart. Agree.
Live update, 13-7 Green Bay. They kick a field goal after the long catch by Randall Cobb. Chargers down 14-0 in Denver.
Wow. That's a surprise. I can't figure out this Chargers team. I mean, Justin Herbert sacked again. This is a team that just traded Von Miller. And they got Weatherly, who just got the sack. Can't figure that team out with Herbert and his development. 1 week he's good. The next week, not so much in this Chargers defense.
I know you had the Bengal guy on the fan club here.
Absolutely.
What a thumping of the Steelers today.
I'm telling you, and that's really a get-over game because at the end of the day, the Steelers were making the Bengals' lives miserable the last couple of years. You got to be happy for all Bengal fans.
Man.
And especially
trouble in Pittsburgh.
Right. Big-time trouble, and Big Ben, to me, is washed up. He showed that today. That defense is not good enough to stop the Bengals and all those weapons. Joe Burrow, second-year development, he has really come alive. Great pick by the Bengals. Keep it up. I love that to see
Zach
those fans.
Taylor getting it done in Cincinnati.
Unbelievable. I mean, after the Texans beat the Titans, but,
Give them credit.
Yeah, give them credit. Absolutely give them credit.
They're building a team.
21-14 over the Houston Texans. Let's go out to Corey here. Urban Meyer, fire first season comeback to Florida Gators. You think that's no? Billy Napier's a new coach.
I'll give Urban Meyer credit. You say what you want.
Right.
He's stabilized things after all the scandal.
Correct.
I agree. 7-8 weeks.
Yes.
He's stabilized. They're playing hard. They lost another close one today. They're just not good enough talent-wise.
No.
I think he could potentially be a decent coach. obviously needs more playmakers and that stuff, but
sure,
we all thought he was going to get run off the rail.
Agree.
After the first 3 or 4 weeks,
And it would have been easy for that team, if you will,
to quit.
And they didn't. And,
They
and
didn't.
Dan Campbell's team, even though they lose to the Chicago Bears, they don't quit.
That's right.
So, guys, we're just going to wrap it up
Yep.
here. Give me your final thoughts. Jason Powers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Take care of business on the road.
This is the kind of win we're going to remember a month from now or 2 months from now, potentially for home field advantage. When you go on the road and beat a quality AFC team, on the road, coming back from the deficit they came back from, hostile environment, it's good. It's a good omen for the Bucs. The schedule gets. You got one. You look at the schedule.
Buffalo Bills.
You got one more game that's potentially losable. That really
correct.
It's even in doubt.
Correct.
The Bucs will be heavy favorites in every other game, and they'll even be a favorite over Buffalo, but heavy favorites in every other game other than the Buffalo game.
All right, Jason Powers, go ahead and promote yourself here live on NSPN and I Love St. Pete.
Powers on Sports podcast, No Quarter Given podcast. We'll be hosting with Peter. All that good stuff. So we talk all things, but check us out. Spotify, Apple, Google, all your podcast platforms, YouTube channel, and we post the interviews as well. Peter and I's interviews on No Quarter Given we put there. I put my Powers on Sports interviews on there as well, but go to Powers on Sports YouTube channel as well. So,
all right, for the great Jason Powers and Blake Anthony of Sports Talk 49, I'm your host, Peter Blake. Tampa Bay wins. The Bucs win 38-31 over the Indianapolis Colts to go to 8-3. Atlanta Falcons up next. Do 3 things for me here live on NSPN and I Love Saint. We'll be live here at Ducky's next Sunday, getting you ready. Bring your passion, bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. I'm your host, Peter Blake. Have a great night. Victory Sunday and victory
8-3.
Monday, 8-3. Guys, we'll see you next time here live on NSPN and I Love St. Pete. See you later.
Good job. Thank you.
Speaking of deals, our regular guys like me are getting the Patrick cars.
Listen, State Farm offers rates of 50.